Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel, the Heavy Transport Specialist. Today's video is going to be about the most important things a heavy transport dispatcher needs to know. Today is Monday, May the 19th, 2025. My name is Bouwe and I'm shooting this video in the Netherlands right here at the bottom. Thanks for watching us, and let's start with the first one, which is route planning and surveying. The first thing a planner needs to know is the route planning and surveying. Now, if you don't want to crash your truck in a bridge like in this example, you need to make sure the route has been carefully planned and checked on your truck dimensions. You also need to check the route on tight corners, especially for really long transports like rollerblades. And when you really hit oversized dimensions and you don't know exactly the parameters of the road, you can also organize a dry run with an empty truck with a dummy cargo. Now let's go to the second thing a planner needs to know, which is permitting and regulations. The second thing you need to know is all about permitting and regulations. The key aspect here is that you really have to understand national and international law. It is very likely for you to travel through multiple countries. They might have different regulations for oversized transport. For example, the type of pilot car needed and when and how to involve the police. If you violate local law and if you are involved in an accident, you might not only have to pay the fine but also risk jail time. Now let's go to the third thing you need to know, which is all about the heavy cargo itself and truck requirements. The third thing you need to know is all about the heavy cargo itself and truck requirements. The key aspects here are finding the correct low loader, make sure the cargo is loaded correctly on the truck to avoid the axles being overloaded. As you can see, distribution of the weight is important so that the tractor itself is not being overloaded. But last but not least, you also have to prepare a lashing plan to avoid the cargo is slipping or tipping. Remember that the shipper, the trucking company and the driver, they're all responsible for securing the load in a proper way. Now let's go to the fourth thing you need to know is timing, scheduling and contingencies. The number 4 you need to know is timing, scheduling and contingencies. The key aspect here is that driving time is key. It's the most important thing. In some countries you're only allowed to drive at night, and sometimes it simply takes one night more due to weather conditions. For example, if you have snow. So if possible, always plan some extra time in your planning for unscheduled delay. You simply can't afford to be late on a closing of a vessel or an installation at your customer site. Now let's go to number 5, the last one, which is communication and your legal position. The fifth thing you need to know is how to communicate to all stakeholders and the legal position. As a central point of contact, you always need to inform all the parties, truck drivers, pilot teams, but also local authorities need to be informed what's going to happen. The best way to inform all stakeholders is to make a method statement, which clarifies a lot of questions they might have. Also, you need to know your legal position in case the truck gets delayed, for example, who's paying for the local crane costs, or if the cargo gets damaged. The cargo is usually not packed. Thank you for watching the top 5 things a dispatcher heavy transport needs to know. If you like this information and you want to learn more in this area, go directly to our website breakbulk-logistics.com. We offer weekend trainings, weekend seminars, heavy transport, 2 days at the Breakbulk Center in the Netherlands. We organize in-house trainings, usually 2 to 4 days, tailor-made. And for 2026 we also have an online masterclass. Thank you much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, don't forget to like it, comment and subscribe. See you in the next one. Bye.